and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Faiz bin Muhammad Siddiq, matric number 2019468216 from class BA 24248. So today I would like to present to you about ibra. Ibra technically can be interpreted as an act of absolving or dropping one's financial right, which means to collect payment from a person who has the obligation to repay the amount borrowed from him. And literally, ibra can be interpreted as mutual estrangement and removal, as in, I was absolved of debt when it was removed from me. It also can be defined as to release, eliminate, or purify and to remove. This is an example in easy way to understand ibra. This is Najwa and this is Khalid. Najwa owes Khalid 15,000 ringgit. Then Khalid gives ibra of 2,000 ringgit to Najwa. Therefore, Najwa only need to pay 13,000 ringgit to Khalid. In the current practice, a bank as the financial may grant ibra to a customer who makes prepayment or performs early settlement before the end of their tenure. Ibra may also be given by the bank upon termination of the contract due to a breach, default in prepayment. Normally, the bank may give ibra on unearned profit charged by the bank. In the case of multi-third financing, it may happen that the bank gives ibra by reducing the unearned income of the bank. As an example, Mikael owes the bank 10,000 ringgit as a personal financing. Due to early settlement, the bank gives ibra 2,000 ringgit. Hence, Ali needs to pay 8,000 only on the redemption amount. Number 1. Is ibra an absolution or release of rights or a transfer of ownership? Jurists differ on whether ibra implies an absolution of rights or a transfer of ownership. The details of the arguments are as follows. First opinion. According to the majority of jurists, ibra implies absolution, waiver of the rights. This is the opinion of the Hanafi, some of the Maliki and the majority of Shafi'i jurists. This is also the most preferred opinion among the Hanbali scholars. For the second opinion, this is the preferred opinion of the Maliki scholars as well as others opinions of the Shafi'i and the Hanbali scholars. They hold that ibra is a transfer of ownership. Al-Dasuki of the Maliki school thought suggests that ibra is a transfer of ownership, much like hibah, which requires the recipient's acceptance. The second issue is, does ibra require acceptance from the recipients? According to the majority of jurists, with the exception of the Maliki scholars from the above discussion, there is no requirement of acceptance from the recipient of ibra, since ibra itself is a waiver of right, as in a divorce or when giving away a gift. An offer from the grantor is sufficient to establish ibra, conditions for a valid ibra. And the last issue is da'i wa ta'jal, which is waiving of outstanding debt with a condition of expediting settlement. There are different views among the jurists on this issue. First, it is not permissible. This is the opinion of the majority of jurists. The reason for the prohibition is the resemblance to riba. The second one is it is permissible. This is the opinion of Ibn al-Abbas, al-Nahi, Abu Tawar, and the ibra can be executed after a right has been established. This is because it is an act of extending help to the debtor to relieve him from the liability. And the last point, the Shafi'i scholars hold that it is not permissible if the grantor of ibra releases the debtor from part of the debt on condition that he expedites on payment of the balance, because of its similarity with the usual practice in the days of ignorance. If the payment of the balance is expedited unconditionally, whereby the owner takes the payment and releases the debtor from the balance, then it is permissible. As a conclusion, ibra is one of the best ways to promote the Islamic finance. It influences customers to borrowing from Islamic banking rather than the conventional banking. Ibra also helps customers to pay back their debt and helps debtors to settle their debt yearly.